Alright guys, now we're getting set to jump onto the Pontiac Superstocker. I figured since we did the 70 GTO, we may as well just continue on the roll with the GTOs and do the Fiero last. And as I'm looking at this now, at first I thought the mold was pretty clean, but now I'm seeing that it's really not. Not to mention that it's not exactly perfectly molded either. As you can see here, if you look here carefully, I don't know if you guys can see this. This side here is higher than this side. It's like a... I guess the modifications they made to the tooling in order to add this new front end. It's not even straight. Okay, but that's alright. We can work with that. And then if you look on the nose here, you see this raised ridge on the nose. That's all going to have to be cleaned up. And of course, we have a lot of flash. Insert flash joke here.
Get ready for more than meets the eye. Get ready for the flash.
Here we have a little more flash. That's all going to have to be cleaned up. You know, while it's in a little better shape than the 1970 car, it really is not that much better. We still have that same pretty significant mold line here. Now the other body component here is the hood. You can see here we're going to have to do quite a bit of cleaning up here. All along the edges of the hood, there's quite a bit of flash there. But the hood does fit better than the 1970 car did. And I'm going to have to do quite a bit of cleaning up there. And then I've got to decide what I'm going to do with that ridge here on the nose. I don't think that's supposed to be there, but I am not 100% sure. I'm going to have to look at some pictures of the built models and see. But yeah, we're going to get busy cleaning some of this up. And going through a lot of what we went through on the other car. So let's get on that. Alright guys, we're back on working on the Pontiac GTO Superstocker. And I've been doing quite a bit of cleanup work on the body. As you can see, we've gotten rid of all of the flash that was on the body. We've gotten rid of all of the mold lines. Those are all gone. We had pretty bad ones here on the B-pillars. Cleaned up the edges on the body here and on the fenders. We've even opened up the lower intakes here like we did on the 1970 GTO. And started deepening the panel lines. They were all a little bit soft, as you can see right here on this door. Matter of fact, I don't know if you guys can actually see it, but here the panel line doesn't even go all the way through to give you the shape of the door. I mean, it's missing, or it's very, very soft. Can you guys, I'm not sure you guys can see that there, but it's very, very soft, as if almost as part of it never took the engraving process, or maybe the tooling was worn out there. I don't know. But we're going to fix that. As you can see, I've already deepened the lines here and here. Now, normally I would use my Tamiya engraving pen, but I kind of broke the tip on the blade there.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
So I had to go to my backup engraver. This one works just as well as the Tamiya one, but the Tamiya has a much finer blade. So, well, it's just one of those things.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
So this is very easy, just like I showed previously in some of my other builds, and I'm not sure if I showed it on this one yet. You're basically just going to drag the blade along the body. You don't have to apply a lot of pressure. Just apply slight pressure to it, bringing it up until you can feel it start cutting into the plastic. Now this is going to be a little tough here because there's not really any path to follow, so I'm going to have to make sure that I don't go cutting across the body. That's going to be a little tough, like I almost did just now. So I'm just going to come this way and slowly bring it down to meet the door line there. I think that's going to work. Now we'll just slowly bring it across until we start to deepen in our line there. And don't worry if you mess up. You can always use putty filler to clean it up. So, but you're going to want to try to avoid having to do too much of that. See, here's a little tough because I don't really have any place to go here. So we're going to have to just keep graving until we can get a nice deep path for the blade to follow. So just repeat it. And it's getting there. Now I have a nice path. The blades follow. Just keep scribing until it gets deep enough that it's easily visible. This is all going to also help when you're painting, because the deeper the panel lines, the less chance that they'll get covered over by your paint. Depending on how much paint you're going to lay down on the model. Because remember, you got paint, you got primer, and I am a primer guy, despite the debate that I've seen in certain places about whether you really have to prime or not. I'm a primer guy. I prime every model that I build. So you're going to have a primer, then you're going to have paint, and then you're going to have your clear coat if you choose to clear coat. Now, clear coating, depending on how well your color coat lays, is a personal choice. I've done some models with clear coat and some without. So, but as far as primer, for me, it's always primer. Always going to be primer. Always will be primer, because I'm a firm believer that the primer is what gives a paint a surface to latch onto, better than just on the bare plastic. Now I'm just going to get rid of some of the surface scratches that I put in it. Now we can just clean out all of our dust. And there we go. We have repaired our door panel line. Now I just have to come down here because that upper part is just a little bit deeper than the lower. You can actually use this method to cut out the doors if you'd like to make opening doors. And there we go. We have repaired that bit of damage to the body, or not damage, but we've put in the line that was missing there, the panel, the door line, the door gap. So now, as you can see now we have a nice, deep, and solid door line. Just like on the other side. Now we've also done a little work to the hood to make it fit a little better, as it's still just a little tight. So we're going to be doing a little more sanding here, just to give it a little bit more of a gap there. And really, there's not much else to do to the body on this car. Still got a little bit of cleaning up to do on some of the edges. We also engraved all the windshield molding, the rear window molding, and that is pretty much going to be it. Was not a lot to do really on this particular part of the build, so it's just going to be a short video on cleaning this thing up and the slight body modifications. Wasn't a lot to modify here, as most of the hard work has already been done by them opening the scoops here and also opening the exhaust outlet here. And there, the front end is attached, so there's nothing really to do there. It's got enclosed headlights. Well, actually, it doesn't have headlights, so it's just got everything sealed up. So basically, all I had to do was open up the lower intakes. Okay, guys, that's going to be it. This was an incredibly short video on the bodywork for this one, because, you know, strangely enough, compared to the 70 GTO, this one really didn't need that much work. Alright, guys, I'm going to let it go here, and we'll be back with part 3 and the body repairs and modifications on the Fiero. So I will see you guys on the next one.